Look at him go. Hello, and welcome to Powered Casual Presents Dungeons and Dragons. That's the correct pronunciation, obviously.
Sean's got the
John's
jazz
got
head going on.
jazz head, yeah.
That's I can't do that. It just doesn't
Oh,
end well
that
for me. But yeah, we are back. Gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. We'll go around. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do this a little weird.
No.
Below me, we have Brian playing Clyde.
It's me.
Let's see who's. You know what? We have dice for this. There we go. To my downward in this side, we have Ark playing Maleficus.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of the screen, we have Sean playing Thranton.
Also, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
But like a bigger paw because you get the
Yeah.
elephant hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
Big
fit
yeah.
in. Trying to fit in.
Oh.
The biggest nya you'll ever see.
To my right, we have Tom playing Naoma.
Skeleton, yeah?
It's just wrist bones. Just And to my left, we have Alyssa playing Gilda.
Get him.
Perfect.
It's hardcore.
All right.
We did it.
Both bones.
We're good. We're done.
Ghost.
All right,
We can leave
stream
now.
over.
Stream over.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good job,
Have a nice
everybody.
night. Now we are we pick up the action after a fair amount of action. Last time you guys saved a man. He's happy about it, which is
We did it.
good. Yeah.
It was the first time for everything.
We saved those 3 dwarves.
Yeah, they were happy about it too. You've
They
actually
kind of saved us.
Were
Like,
they
were there-
happy about it? We never
Were there
quite
supposed to be
figured
7
that out.
dwarves?
you pulled
and
them
we
out of
weren't there in time?
a destroyed building, so I think they were pretty happy. And they haven't mentioned 4 missing dwarves yet, so
Okay.
signs point to good. But so yeah, so far actually pretty much everybody that you guys have run into and collected has been happy to see you, which is weird for D&D. I'm not gonna lie.
Because we're not demons.
Yeah, the bar is low.
Well,
Evil.
Demons and evil.
Everyone since we entered Avernus.
Yes, it's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were definitely some people in that mansion basement that were not happy to see us.
That is
yeah.
true.
But we removed their heads.
Yeah, the devil worshipping cultists were not indeed happy to see you. But problem solved.
They're dead now.
Stew made.
So that's the new thing. We find somebody, we're like, hey, you happy to see us? Clyde, get him.
I'm all right with this. I like this plan.
It's a good yardstick, you know? Like
How do you feel about this group in general, as a whole?
Like,
initial impressions.
take it in. You know, take in the whole picture, yay or nay.
While you're thinking about it, I'm just going to stand like this with my sword. Don't even notice me.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
That's
about
fine.
it. It's fine. Everything's fine. So you saved a man. You saved Duke Ravengard, one of the Dukes of El Terrell. So he's happy to see you. He's helped get him out of the middle of what should have been maybe a 3-way conversation, but he was definitely just the third wheel between a demon lord and a god yelling at each other, which was not the most amazing experience for the mortal mind, but
Sometimes you gotta.
sometimes you gotta. And you were all headed back to the High Hall Cathedral to return the Duke, and hear the tale of what he saw in the middle of this like superpowered dialogue. But you are currently still in the last room of that basement in the chapel, and you were investigating going up the stairs, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so we found out that the undead lich priest is he's not in the hall where he was. There's a bug looking out and a bug looking in.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
That's where we were, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, just little bug men sitting guarding the stairway, looking spiny, pointy.
Do you
Um,
think he'll get mad if we kill his friends here?
Probably.
But then again, like, will he leave this place?
Will he know it was us?
Probably. Five people go down the stairs, then half hour later, your bug people are dead, and there's only one way out.
We'll just say the devils did it. Demons.
They've survived a lot of demons before this. Where do we have the helmet? Who had it last? Was I carrying it, or were the skeletons carrying it?
I thought the skeleton.
I think it was the skeleton.
Okay. Have we covered it in any way?
No. No, I'm pretty sure you picked it up because I was gonna have the skeletons pick it up, but I remembered that they didn't.
Okay.
So I
must
think
have it.
you're holding it.
Oh yeah, you have your shield in one hand and the helmet.
Oh yeah, I was holding it up like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a puppet, right? Okay. Do we want to cover it, or do we want them to know that we have it? I don't think they'll care if it's gone. Because with it being gone, the portal's closed, and that frees them up for other bug activity.
Yeah, he kind of told us what we could possibly do.
I'm gonna say we just sort of like not parade it up there like all flaunting it, but just walk out and be like, we fixed the toilet, and just keep going.
I like it. Job's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, job's done.
Job's
Fix
done.
the toilet. Toilet's been plugged.
Any dissent to that?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
All right, let's go. I'll lead the way. Shield at the ready.
Okay. And let's just for fun's sake, what is the marching
Roll
order
initiative.
here? We got Thranton up front.
I'll be right behind Thranton.
I
I'll
will
take up the
be-
rear. Sorry.
Okay.
What?
I'll be in front of Clyde, I guess.
Nice stealth. But I
I'll
rolled a
probably be
1.
near Neoma because I'm still trying to be near Thran.
They're probably shouldering through the hallway.
And I would like,
Yep.
I keep trying to snoop on what her skeletons are up to. No, you do
They're directly
Anything cool?
behind you.
nothing cool. I keep looking behind me.
Yeah, they're just like following closely behind. They're trying to follow
not
me,
cool.
but you get in between.
With my tail once in a while. I'm like, what are you doing here? How clumsy of you.
All right.
Yeah, so that leaves Gilda and Clyde bringing up the
Yeah.
back.
I'm in the rear. I rolled a 1 for
We
stealth
think.
though.
We think. Yeah.
Mm.
You rolled a 1 for stealth.
No,
You tripped up the stairs.
you're pretty sure
I know
Clyde's
Clyde.
there. Yeah.
I'm just screaming as I walk up the stairs.
I really hope they don't know we're coming up the stairs.
This is the
Yeah,
time
I'm
you.
like talking like I've got my iPod on or something.
They have no idea.
All right. So you head up the stairs, and like Clyde saw before when he stealthed up to get a lay of the land, the two Mezzalots, the two Bugmen, are indeed still up there. One facing down the stairs, and one facing out into the room, keeping an eye on the doorways inward. And there is no one else to be seen. They've hauled the scorpion carcass that you guys fought to get down the stairs sort of out of the way. It's just kind of in a giant heap in the middle of the room. But other than that, just the two dudes.
They're so lazy with their body removal.
And the one that is looking down the stairs will like at first raise its trident at you guys, and then just sort of look and cock its head a little bit, and it'll actually like look behind you and just sees just the party, two skeletons, and the Duke who it saw go down before, and it's actually gonna sort of sidle out of the way.
I'll give it the nod. Thanks. And I'll just lead us up to the front of the hall there. It had that big L shape, so we'll go up to the front door.
Okay.
Are there any other exits
From this
to this
room,
building
or
other than the front door through the graveyard?
Okay, yes. If you guys go out, when you came into this room, you came in through the two frontmost doors. There is a third door off of this round room that you're in with the staircase that goes towards the short end of the L, towards the back of the chapel. There is a set of double doors there as well, smaller than the grand doors in the front that got smashed open, but there is a set of doors back there too.
What are the chances it just leads out to a cliff and you have to climb the side of the floating platform descending into hell to get out?
Oddly specific.
I mean, at this rate, probably pretty high, but I'm thinking it's probably best for us to not go through the graveyard with this helmet if we can avoid it.
Isn't
All right,
this
those bones
isn't
are
this-
dumb.
isn't this graveyard in just like a big, I don't know, a big yard though? Like whether we go out the front or the back, don't we want to be closest to the exit doorway that we came in? Because it was like not a cage, but a fence around the place with a gate.
Yeah, the chapel is pretty much in the dead center of the graveyard of the cemetery.
okay.
So yeah, there's more on pretty much every side.
And the way we came in is mostly clear. I mean, I'm sure some of the skeletons sort of meandered back into their places, but
Yeah, and they barely noticed us walk in, even while we were fighting things.
That's true. Okay, yeah, I was just
yeah, no, it's reasonable.
I'm worried what might happen when we walk out of here with that helmet.
Nothing could go wrong.
Okay. So do you
I
check
do
out
have,
the
like-
back area at all, or do
Sorry.
you just go out the front, or whatever you were about to ask? There are many options.
Yeah, I mean, I say we're probably having the same conversation where we're like, "What about the back?" And we're like, "Well, let's just pick square, so might as well go out the front." I'm wearing like a cloak-looking thing, so can I just sort of like drape that over the helmet until we get out of the courtyard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
do that so that way, if it is a on-site thing, they won't just freak out and go after it. And if they sense it in other ways, so be it. But nothing we can do about that.
What happened to Zombie Guy?
He is not anywhere in sight currently. He's not in the central room, or if you guys go towards the front where you came in, he's not in the longer end of the L either.
That was him?
Maybe you went to the bathroom.
He's a zombie. So.
The
Good
undead
timing.
guy needs
Noth-
to use the bathroom.
Nothing saying that zombies don't need to poop.
Yeah, we
It's
don't
true.
know. Food goes in, poop goes out.
Like,
Poop some brains out.
No.
I was waiting for
Can I-
somebody.
Zombies' stomachs work.
Good question.
Google.
Like
Go ask.
I was waiting for somebody to have a very reasonable reaction to this. Instead, I just got a series of, yeah, you know what? I think
Can we roll?
they might poop.
History check or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I would
you know
like
what?
to roll to look for Zombie Guy. Or
Okay.
like signs of him.
Okay, so Clyde, are you looking to roll a do zombies poop check?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like
that
you.
Arcana?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana on that.
Okay. I rolled another 1.
You
I don't even know
are
what a zombie is.
like you don't. Yeah, you really don't know, but that's not going to stop you. You believe deep in your heart of hearts that zombies do indeed poop.
I think they do poop.
Yep. Lack of evidence aside, like,
You can't prove that they don't.
yep.
Everyone, check your shoes as we're going through the graveyard.
It's true. Doesn't mean they're house trained. They may have lost that with the rest of their civilized faculties upon death.
That makes sense.
That's what happens to the living.
But Gilda, yeah, if you want to make a search for zombie dude check, go ahead and give me a perception or investigation, whichever you choose.
Ooh, I choose investigation. Ooh, I rolled a 19 plus 5.
All right. So
24.
looking around, you sort of see, like, amid the the giant scorpion corpse and the signs of the struggle earlier, you notice that the third door, the door you guys haven't used yet out of this central room, the curtain that divides it off is more ajar than it was when you guys first came in. So you're pretty sure he went out the back.
Bathroom.
Beautiful.
That
Yeah, you
must be
keep
the
the outhouse
bathroom.
out back. Yeah. Do we want to pursue him to just sort of say, hey, like, hey, thanks for the hospitality, we're leaving?
Um,
I forgot
he's-
what his deal with the helmet was, to be honest.
He'll just be happy that the gate is closed. I don't know how I feel about us
Yeah.
taking it, but
No, I mean, nope. I'm good.
yeah, all right. Well, let's just sort of let's poke our head out the front and see if the situation is roughly the same as it was before.
okay. I'll do it. I'll scout it.
All right.
Stealth.
Or ones.
14.
Not a one. Okay. All right. So yeah, you're going out the front door.
Yeah, I'm just gonna peek out there to see what the sitch is.
Okay. So yeah, you go up to the front door, you peek around, and you see pretty much the same scene that you guys saw when you came in. There's still the remains of the three skeletal minotaur skeletons that you fought on the way in. Bones are still scattered around the front door. Um, the graveyard is still spooky. The sky is still the same, like dark, angry lightning shooting off the giant black orb in the sky that came down with the city. The various undead that are walking around the graveyard have indeed moved, but from what you can see, it looks like they're still just ambling and shambling around. Like there's still no rhyme or reason or intent behind their movements.
Okay. So I'll go back to the group and I'll just say, looks like things are kind of how we left it. They're just dumb undead things wandering around like idiots.
Okay.
Dead friggin' idiots.
Yeah,
Couldn't even stay
let's
dead.
just walk with purpose and carry a ladder, and nobody will bother us. Just go right through.
Walk confidently.
Yeah, walk confidently straight for the gate.
Be amazed at the places you can go. See if you just look like you know you're supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, you guys head out the front gate, out the front doors. You wander, well, not wander, but you go down the path to the front gates of the cemetery proper, and you are not accosted by any of the skeletons or zombies. There are a few that are closer that definitely take notice. of you, but it's just sort of like a casual, like, oh, I wonder what they were here for sort of situation, and then they just go back to doing whatever. Um, there is one.
Let's give him a polite nod as he goes by.
You get a milady then?
Milady.
Milady. There's at least one skeleton that like takes a notice of the two skeletons that are trailing the group.
They wave back.
Nice. But yeah,
Blend right in.
but you don't suffer any inconvenience or anything on your way out.
Well, that went a lot smoother than I was expecting it to.
You
Yeah.
didn't.
Are we out of the cemetery or on the way out of hell? Or are we back? Are we back home?
No.
Well, that'd be great.
No, you're now just on the other side of the gate.
Uneventful walk. We did it. Campaign's done.
We did it.
Nope. Now you're
Confident walk was the key.
confident
Come
walk.
back next week. We're going to heaven.
Yeah, one does not simply walk into Mordor, but you can just walk right the hell out of hell.
Yep. As long as you're confident, just walk right out.
It's like, nope, I'm not supposed to be here. Peace.
Yeah. Orpheus was a chump.
He was. He was a chump. So he couldn't hold the act up, and look where it got him.
Just
Literally
march out of
nowhere.
there,
Yep.
dummy.
Yep. So, you are still in El Terrell, which is still slowly and inexorably being drawn downwards to the surface of Avernus every once in a while. And you felt it while you were in the chapel too, but every once in a while you do sort of feel the city and the bedrock that has been dragged down with it sort of lurch and shudder every once in a while. You kind of feel your stomach drop out a little bit as the city seems to move down an inch or so. It's very slow, but it is noticeable. And the city is still basically on fire and being slowly ruined by this place. But you can see the High Hall is still where you left it, off in the distance. And you can journey your way back there if you so choose.
Yeah, we gotta get the Duke back there to see his people, and the people will be like jazzed to see him, I'm sure. Along the way, I would like to do something.
What would you like to do?
I want to. So we've got 100 starving people. Like, we're not starving yet. We've got 100 people there. Can we sort of scout houses as we go by and try and snag food?
Yeah, you certainly can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to sort of, as we go back, any buildings that are still standing that look like they were residential, or even like a shop, if there's a shop that, I want to loot for food. Is basically what it boils down to.
Looting for a purpose.
Yeah.
This is benevolent.
One door
looting.
I opened was filled with zombies, so that's all you.
I mean, I'm not going to open one with people knocking on it, so.
Yeah, I'll help out with that.
Okay.
I'll assist you in that.
Okay. All right. So that is that. All right. So as you guys make your way through, let's see. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Every time you say that, I think it's gonna be initiative.
Fight the food.
Sometimes it is, and that's the real mystery.
It's mimic food. It's the food that fights back.
Oh man, you open a door and the whole house is open. It swallows.
All right, so are you how many houses are you looking to investigate? Are you gonna do you gonna comb the city like every house, like you're just gonna pick a rando on a block?
Every house that isn't on fire?
Yeah, like any house that's still standing, I want to at least sort of take a glance at. And I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of shop along the way that will have supplies like, bread stuff and things like that. I'll be honest. I just want to use my chef perk, and I need food to do that. So.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah, any like bakeries or butcher shops or anything we're passing on the way?
Okay.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm aiming for. But if at the very least we hit a few houses and grab whatever stored stuff they have,
Okay.
that'll be better than nothing.
Well, tomorrow I can create food and water.
Yeah, I don't want you to have to waste one of your slots for that though.
But if it keep people fed, I think it's worth it.
I would agree. I'd still like to just sort of poke along as we go. Maybe we won't find enough, and that can be an option.
All right.
But yeah, I'd still like to look.
Gilda, I would like you to go ahead and make me a history check to remember if there was any sort of stores or bakeries or grocers, Whole Foods.
That is a 20, not natural.
Oh. Yeah, you
Unnatural.
remember
I know
that.
where every single bakery in this place is.
Oh yeah. No, you've got like you know which ones that on a good day were the ones to avoid. You know, on a good day the ones that you had to hit early to get the good shit. You know all of those places, and you do know that a fair amount of them are on the other side of the river. But there are a couple of choice spots on this side of the river down in this end of town. And you can successfully guide the party there to, let's see, the first one would probably be it is a bakery. It's only a couple blocks away from the cemetery, Ed's Breads. There's a sign right on the door above the door. It's got two bread loaves on either side. Like, it's actually a pretty tasteful sign. Ed's a simple man. He makes good bread.
Goodies,
Makes
breadies.
bread.
What kind of
And
bread does he specialize in?
he specializes in Canadian white. It's sort of rare in these parts, but it's a good sandwich bread. It's a good firm bread. You can spread a lot of stuff on it, but it's not crusty and hard. So it's
But is
good.
Is it made with high fructose corn syrup or honey?
It is made with honey.
But still somehow manages to be quite bland.
Wow.
It's still white
Wow.
bread, but it's the best white bread in town. It's Canadian white bread. Canada being naturally a very famous realm of Faerun, far to the south.
So far,
It's
south
upside
you were
down.
around the other side. It's pronounced Canada.
Canada.
Nada.
Oh, right.
Yep.
You yokels can't speak it right.
Yeah, we're gonna offend them.
It's probably true. So, but yeah, so you get to Ed's Breads, and it looks, at least on the outside at first glance, it looks to be quiet and dark, but not destroyed.
Okay.
That's what we look for.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. So can we go? I mean, I'm sure they have display windows and things like that may be gone. Does it look like this has been ransacked already?
Go ahead and give me a perception check as you get closer.
Perception. Perception. Can I smell it?
It does smell like bread.
All
It does
right,
definitely
16.
smell like 16. Okay. So yeah, it definitely does smell like a bakery. Like, near as you guys can tell, El Terrell has only been down here in Hell for about a day, though you've been here long enough that you would have noticed if there was a day or night by now. And it's been the same the whole time.
There's no sun.
No sun, no celestial bodies, no nothing.
I mean, we were also underground for a solid 10 hours, so it could have been night during that time frame.
Maybe. Doubtful. But that said, it still definitely smells like a place that made bread day in, day out for years. It's just got that good bakery smell to it. But But as far as whether the place looks ransacked or looted, no. It doesn't look like it's been ransacked. All the glass, for the most part, is still at least intact, dirtied and smudged up by the fall of the city, but it doesn't look like it's been smashed in. You do note that the front door is unlocked
How did I find that out?
because the front door looks like somebody did the jiggle check, but rather roughly.
Okay.
And it looks like the handle is just sort of cranked off a bit, but still attached.
It's a good sign, right?
Some people just have no sense of finesse.
Yeah.
Like devils.
Okay.
I
So
certainly hope Ed's okay.
Yeah. Would we
Asking
have
for
Ed
some-
back in the play? Oh, I bet you Ed's back there. I bet you Ed's with us at the High Hall. Okay, so yeah, I'll go over, jiggle the handle, find out that it's unlocked and open, and sort of open the door and peer in and give it a good old hello. Anybody here?
Hello.
Has Ed here?
Is Ed here? You go in and you give a hello, and there is no answer. Nobody responds to the call. You don't see any movement. The place is dark. All the lights are out. All the lamps and such. And there isn't any noise from the kitchen that would, be typical of a working bakery.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sort of head in and take a look around and see if there's any food stuff to grab.
Okay. So you go through.
Oh,
Okay. Anybody who's doing so can give me a investigate check to rifle through the place.
I'm just gonna stand at the door, kind of like keeping an eye out on the street.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and look around, but then have Skelly and Samlad stand outside as well, and give them the instructions to just like bang on the door or the windows if they see any danger
Okay.
to alert us. And I got a 19 for my investigation.
Okay.
And I have a 14 for mine.
Okay.
oh.
Okay. All right. So turning through the place, you don't find anybody. This place is as abandoned as it could possibly be from your search. You do find some like day-old loaves of bread, some cooked but old, but certainly still edible. Hasn't rotten or anything. No bugs have gotten to it or anything like that. So that's all a pretty good find. You do also find plenty of just, ingredients for bread. You find sacks of flour, yeast, honey. So you do find the plenty of supplies to make a fair amount of bread, as long as you can cook it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Like, I don't know that they'll have an oven down in the High Hall, but they'll figure it out. They're smart kids.
We can probably. I don't know if we'll have enough to actually like make a fire hot enough to cook bread down there.
I'm sure that they can cobble something together, take some stones and set up a little
Yeah.
oven.
Just
I mean-
hollow out one of the little shelves that they put the bodies on and just
Oh,
heat
a
it
little
up.
ash in here, but it's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna bring them the supplies and all that because I think that we can make something work, even if it's not like a full fancy loaf of bread. This will be better than nothing for them
Okay.
because they're probably not going out and getting anything anytime soon.
Okay.
I mean, at the very least, we can mix up the flour with water to make it a little firmer, and then you can eat that. It wouldn't be great, but
Just only the finest flour gruel for these fine refugees. I mean, it is better than
starving.
nothing. It
Yeah,
definitely
flour
is.
patties.
It definitely is. But especially, you didn't find Ed. You didn't find Ed's body. So with luck, he is back at the High Hall, and he may be able to make use of what you found at his bakery. So, who knows?
Is there an upstairs?
There is.
Did anyone go upstairs and look for Ed?
I did not. No. I found what I wanted and I stopped investigating.
Bet
Okay.
Ed is already dead and he's wandering the graveyard undead. So this is really undead Ed's bread.
Maybe Ed is Scully.
Ed's been dead for 5 years.
Bakery didn't even exist.
Figuratively,
Oh, no.
he's just been a slave to food service industry.
Which, you know, that's a yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go check upstairs real quick.
Okay.
He's one of Naoma's skeletons.
Oh man, this whole time.
He's been with
Skelly.
us
We
all
brought
the
him
time.
home. We have to leave him here now. He's home.
I mean,
Kelly
You-
just starts making bread.
you can yeah, you
He's
can
like,
leave
"I'm
us
home."
one of your animated skeletons. You can totally just leave it, and once you're 60 feet away, it's up to its own devices. So maybe it'll feel at home.
Yep. And they do tend to try to do actions that they knew in a previous life.
So there's a real shot here. We'll
We
see.
can find out.
It would actually be very easy for you to find out. But as far as going upstairs and looking around in the residence of the building, give me another perception check.
Sure. I'm perceptive. I can do that. 15.
15. Okay. So you don't find Ed, and you don't find a body. So good news there. You do find that it does look like somebody left in a hurry. Like you see that there are definitely like drawers that are open. Some clothes seem to have been pulled out. But yeah, like it looks like somebody just got out of Dodge really quick.
Okay.
Why do you think they left?
Oh,
It's pretty suspicious that they left so quickly.
it
Yeah.
is.
Real weird.
Ed's got shit to hide.
You don't think it could be that we literally fell into hell?
Nope.
Couldn't be.
There's a chance. There's a small chance.
Definitely some
Why is everyone
underworld bread
so-
business.
Ed was pretty
Everyone's so
boring.
against it.
Just saying.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. The name of his shop's pretty plain.
Yeah.
Everything
Not
in here
very
seems
creative.
pretty plain.
He's making fun of such a simple, good man. Jesus, guys.
Doing his job, living his life.
Yeah, giving us good bread to steal.
He makes the plainest bread you could possibly make.
This plane. Oh, we're
Um,
changing planes now.
So what are the so this is a like I don't want to say manufacturing, but this is a place of business where there are things being moved around.
Mhm.
Is there some kind of cart here that I might be able to find?
Maybe.
Like a bakery cart.
Maybe.
Yeah, just something that I can load a bunch of stuff up onto and take it with me.
All right.
Perhaps a tray of pies. That's what I might be stealing.
No pies. No pies.
Yeah, if you want to, you don't see anything inside, but you can certainly check outside and out back and things like that.
Yeah, I want to check out back because that's where I'd keep it. I wouldn't keep it out front. So
Okay. So yeah, you go check outside, and you do see a. It's not like a full-on vendor's cart situation.
but it's
But-
like a service cart you'd see at like a hotel.
Yeah, kinda. It's like that old-timey halvesy between a service cart and a wheelbarrow. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can pick up one side, roll it around. As long as you keep pies and bread and cake on it, so far as you don't tip it too far forward. You know.
Bring out your bread.
I mean, it's big enough. You could probably toss a body or three on there.
So yeah, I wanna wheel that back inside and just stuff as much bread stuff on there as I can. I don't know how to make bread, so can anybody sort of help me get proper quantities of things?
Skelly might know.
Skelly might know.
You might.
He wouldn't be able to tell us though.
I think I know how to make bread. I will help.
Okay. And we don't need a check for that. Like with Gilda's assistance, you can pack up, you need more flour than yeast, but you do need some yeast,
Mhm.
and you can manage to get a proper ratio of things.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't have to be perfect, just close.
because Threaten, you are a Loxodon, you can basically stack this cart thing to capacity, and you should still be able to move it through the town without much difficulty.
So I'm gonna strap my shield back to my back, and I'm gonna look at Maleficus, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, can you carry this?" And like try to hand the helmet over to Maleficus.
Sure, yes. I can carry this, no problem. I take it up in my paws.
I figure you would like the responsibility.
Yes, of course. This is my sworn duty. I will protect this helmet. As I do my people, always.
All right, great, thank you.
Stare into I stare into it for a moment, and then I then I kind of get to football carrying it, looking around suspiciously and making sure none of those darn skeleton children are gonna take it.
They are
So-
ignoring you for the most part.
So
I
yeah,
very much act like they're not.
Yeah.
so cart loaded up, ready to rock. Let's go back to the high hall. This will be good enough for now.
Okay.
Before we head out, I'm gonna take a look at Duke Ravengard. Does he have weapons on him? Does he look like he's in fighting condition?
He
Hey, Duke,
looks.
you got any bread?
He still looks like shaken up by the experience down in the basement of the chapel, but yeah, he is fully armored. He does have a long sword. Like he does look like, if given a few minutes to gather himself, he does look ready.
Okay. Yeah, I
and-
just wanted to
and
make sure he
capable.
had weapons at the ready if we got attacked and we didn't
What
have
were
to
you gonna
figure
do?
that out
Give him
mid-fight.
a stale piece of baguette or something?
Weapons
I mean,
grenade.
I've got this mace that I'm not very good at using.
Is it made out of bread?
Just a baguette.
It's the baguette.
It's a skull.
Oh,
All right.
I like it.
Cool. So
Oh,
off
oh no.
we
I just
go.
broke the
Oh
screen.
no!
You did.
Oh no!
I did it.
You
I
did.
hit the wrong
Oh.
button.
You
I'm
did.
Naoma now.
Yep.
I tell
right.
my
Break the
skeletons to
stream
go
button.
Wow,
to hell.
you guys actually changed completely. So you are now playing the character that
It's like
you
musical chairs.
that you
Okay.
have. All of the
Oh,
characters
yeah.
can be found on our campaign on D&D Beyond. So go ahead
Oh, no.
and pull up the appropriate character.
All right.
All right.
We're doing this.
Do I want it? Do I want
Sorry.
it? No, I mean I'm just trying to decide whether I just want to fix it right now.
Yeah, fix it.
Yeah,
I'll,
you
I'll
should
fix
fix it.
Okay.
Yep.
No, I am Maleficus now. My good boy goes to
Naoma,
fight.
I'm loaded.
Okay. So
I stealth.
I'm
You can't.
frightened. I'm
I
the only
still.
good
Good luck.
guy.
yeah.
Good luck stealthing as Naoma. You have disadvantage, by the way.
Oh shit.
So
It's
I'm
still a 9.
All right, I'm gonna pop this up here. They can totally still hear us talking, so have fun with that. But yeah, while I just fix this business.
It's so dark. No,
It's so dark. What
Where
happened?
are we? I can't see. Oh, whose arm is that?
it's mine.
That's not an
Oh,
arm.
ooh, so
Ooh.
strong. Have you been working out?
We need to make like a logo splash with like a technical difficulties marquee.
Yeah, we do. Let's see. Clyde's down here now. Oh my,
But the
this is
technical difficulties needs to be spelt wrong, and it just needs to like try to keep fixing itself.
Yeah, it
I love that.
could be animated. Just that's a capability we have here on Power Word Casual, home of such fine entertainment as this voiceover of me moving stuff around. All right.
Best stream on Twitch, right
best
here.
best show right here.
That's true.
Oh come on, go
I mean, look at all those awards we've won.
go where I want you.
We want all of them. If there's an award,
Ooh,
we want it.
Okay.
Award-winning streamers.
Okay. There we go. And we're back. In the right
Yay.
spots. My
You did
goodness.
it.
I
I'm me
did
now.
it.
Go
Okay.
team.
So,
Yay.
I'm
Uh,
quiet again.
so you have a cart full of stuff. And and yeah, do you want to investigate any other homes on your way back?
Yeah, is bread enough?
I mean, if I'm loaded up and like, I don't think there's a whole lot of potential for us to carry much more. So probably
But-
not.
Maybe only if we pass by like a produce,
Yeah, if we see something
And/or
very
butcher shop.
specific, yeah.
like a deli,
Cabbages.
stuff for
Cabbage
sandwiches.
salesman.
Fruit cart, you know,
Okay.
get some
I
fruit
mean,
jerky.
Hamburger stand.
look, I mean, scurvy is a
Hot dog-
real concern.
Hamburger hot dog stand.
I'm thinking ahead. Exactly. Scurvy's not something you want to have to deal with in hell.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
Only
mean
one day.
it's like we're a vessel at sea, except we're a town in hell. It's
We are floating.
scurvy is a concern.
Mhm.
It's true.
All right. So,
It up.
go ahead and so you make your way out. You go ahead and you make your way back in the general direction of the High Hall. Gilda, go ahead and give me another history check to determine if there are any sorts of produce stands, greengrocers, or hamburger hot dog stands on the way.
9.
9. Okay. So you're a little like you're definitely more of a bread person than a hamburger hot dog person in general. But you do seem to remember that there was a closer to the river, there was a fishmonger, a fish shop, basically for seafoods and other things that can be fished out of a river. And you remember that it is near the bridge that you guys crossed, so you kind of meander your way over that way. It takes a little bit longer than you planned, but you get there. And you get to the shop, and the place does look smashed in. Definitely looks to be in worse shape than Ed's Breads was.
Hmm.
I'm
Well, this
sorry,
place has
what
seen
type of
better
shop
days.
what type of shop is this?
It's like a seafood fishmonger type shop.
Fishmonger. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
I guess
We don't
devils
need
really like fish.
Fish doesn't stay for very long either.
This place doesn't look very fresh.
I
how-
don't even stop. I just keep wheeling the cart right by. Just
Yeah, Thren's got a good sense of smell, so you would probably
and
notice if it's
I
smoky.
can't even talk right now.
So Threnton, with your keen sense of smell, you actually, as you're like, nope, doesn't smell right, and just walking by, you do catch a whiff of a smell that is not fish. It's still some kind of meat coming from inside that place, but it is not fish.
Maybe it's Ed.
Oh no.
Yeah. Why would Ed
Was
be
he-
going to the
was
fish
Was he
Ed
market?
having an
friends with
Cooking
affair?
him.
He was having an affair with the fish people.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fisherman's
We're
Wife
getting-
3.
It's
We're
like
getting to the
Dagon.
we're getting to the bottom of this. Okay, so yeah, I'll pause for a second. I'll sort of set the cart down, and I guess I'll focus on sniffing a little bit and seeing if I can figure out what it is.
Okay.
Investigation probably, yeah.
No, you can give me a perception, and if you are trying to literally sniff it out, then that can definitely be a perception with advantage.
Well, I'll take the second roll. 19.
Okay. So yeah, you give it a sniff, and it's definitely very fresh. It's a very fresh meat smell. It doesn't smell like aged meats or aged fish, anything like that. Jerkies and what have you.
Probably
And
corpse.
you're going through. Doesn't smell like beef. Doesn't smell like pork. Doesn't smell like poultry. none of those smells, but it is like a hot, irony scent that you're getting.
I don't feel good about this. Is anybody else? Okay, so I'll let everybody know that I'm smelling something that isn't fish and it doesn't smell like any other kind of meat. And this smells like appealing to me.
Not. I mean, depends on your depends on your worldview.
Sure.
I don't know if it specifically smells appealing to you. But I forget. What did you roll, a 19?
19.
You do also you're focusing on the smell, but you do hear some like something shuffling around in there. Can't really make out what from out here, but you do hear and smell something.
Why do I think that the devils have taken over this place and made it like a devil cook place? I just want to leave. I don't want to.
Yeah, let's leave.
I don't feel good. Can we put a pin on this in the map and then come back later?
Sure.
Because
It's people, isn't it?
it spooks me. I don't like it.
Is this place called Soylent?
Creepy. Wayland and Company.
No, this place is just called on the sign on the door. It's shaped like a net. It's just called the Fisherman's Net.
Oh,
Sounds great. Let's go. Let's
A little
leave.
more creativity than Ed.
a little more.
Yeah, I just want to leave. I don't.
Nope. Last time we did that, there were zombies.
Yeah. I don't trust it.
Okay.
So
Let's go.
I do
Skelly's ears.
definitely want to mark this off, but we have too much valuable food stuff with us already, and we're a little worn out from saving the Duke.
Yeah, I do think we should, if we're going to try to get more food, we should get the Duke and the special thing that we have as well that we're carrying. Try not to draw attention to myself from any devils that are around. We should get those back to the High Hall and then come back out and search for supplies if need be.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think what we got for now is pretty good. So let's roll.
Okay.
Yes, we should absolutely get this holy helmet to where it's going. I puff out my chest. I'm so proud to be doing what I'm doing.
Settle.
Love it.
Look at me. I've got the thing. I'm so capable.
Love it.
But just turns around and just shh.
You're doing it.
You're doing
Right, I
it.
get it. The others will become jealous that I have been tasked with this.
So jealous. You can't let them know.
All right. And so with that, you are able to make your way back to the High Hall. If you're not investigating anything else, you're able to make it back with relative ease, avoiding
Yeah, that
avoiding what
instance
you've learned to
spooked me,
avoid.
so I just want to beeline now.
Okay. All right. So you're able to get back to the High Hall, and everything looks pretty much like you left it. It doesn't look like it's more on fire than it was, just the same amount of ruined and on fire.
I keep thinking you're saying moron fire. Bunch of morons on fire.
Morons on fire. They're just running around. They're not even trying to put themselves out.
It's really dumb fire.
Yeah, that's why they're morons.
Could be smart fire. It's not.
Uh,
It's not.
So dumb.
All right.
Sorry, I
So
didn't mean to derail.
no, it's totally fine.
I'd like to check the insight check for the intelligence of the fire.
Do it.
It is really dumb.
Do it.
No, I'm kidding.
Roll it. Okay.
It's a 12.
You know it doesn't have a bachelor's degree. and not even
Alright.
like, took a few years off school to actually go and get to start a career. Didn't have a bachelor's degree, but like, yeah.
Well, do citizens pay their own way through college, or does El Terrell pay for it?
It's a little bit more selective here in El Terrell. There's not a whole lot of higher education, but it is available for those who want it. But this being sort of a holy city and sort of pastoral, people just kind of have jobs and do their day things and make families and they do their jobs and blah blah blah. So there's not a whole lot of pursuit for higher education here. But for those who do want it, it is paid.
Let's live here.
It was a pretty good city until about a day ago.
People just can't get over that. Come on, move past it.
Place just went right to hell.
That was you. You
I
did
know,
that one.
I know. That's why I paused. I wanted to see that look that all of you were like, he said that, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
Those are usually the ones you don't like, but you did it.
It's true.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna let it go.
Hmm.
So we're headed back to the high hall. We're back to the high hall.
Yep, you are back to the High Hall. You do know that the only two ways in or out that you found are the hole in the side of the city, and the secret entrance in the hand altar in the middle.
What did we do with the crying rock?
We chucked it.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
It's out in a graveyard somewhere.
Yeah, the crying rock is it was thrown over one of the walls. It is on the side of the hole in the city, but if you guys are listening and paying attention, you can hear it off on the other side. Still there.
You're welcome.
We want to set another one before we go in.
And let's see who has.
No.
That's right. This party
Saving
does
it.
not have crazy high perception. Naoma, you actually notice as you guys are getting in and going towards the high hall, you actually sort of notice that the crying rock sounds like it's moving. Still the same sound, it's not altered in pitch or anything like that, but it does sound like it's not sitting in the same place relative to you guys.
Moving closer or further away?
Sort of around, like it's heading towards the main breach in the front wall that you guys have been going in and out of. So heading away, but to get towards the entrance.
Okay. I'll slow down and walk up next to Gilda. I have a weird question.
I have a weird answer.
Does the crying rock move on its own?
No. Why?
It might be moving sort of towards us. I can't quite tell, but it's getting subtly louder.
Anyone who would like to can go ahead and make a perception check once Naoma says this.
Nat 20, 21.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
All right.
Just a 20.
So, is the boat moving? You guys definitely want, now that you're sitting and listening, you're like, yeah, it's definitely moving. Yeah, Clyde, you can hear it, but you're sort of on the same level as Naoma. You think it's moving, but you can't quite nail it. But Gilda and Thranton, you're like, it's definitely moving, and it's definitely moving this way, around towards us.
And so we're in that little entryway where we fought the hounds, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Is this doorway big enough for me to push the cart in?
Yeah, it's a big old double door.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Let's check it.
I'm gonna go at least like shove the cart in there and set it off, and then come back, just so it's not at risk or in the way.
Okay. And then what you guys do?
With my nat 20, can I tell roughly how far away I think it is?
From what you can tell, it sounds like it is moving pretty much along the wall, like along the other side of the wall that sort of binds this, that marks the boundaries of this courtyard. And it sounds like it's actually getting relatively close to the gap in the wall where you'd be able to see it, and presumably whatever's moving it.
If only we had
Um,
somebody stealthy.
Yeah, should we all go inside?
Fine.
Clyde, would you be willing to hide and look out to
Myself.
see what it is?
I get an 18.
All right.
I
Clyde,
just
I
disappeared
say,
in
where
front
did
of you.
Clyde go?
Clyde. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Clyde, we need you to stealth.
All right, so yeah, Clyde is definitely stealth, and yeah, what would you like to do?
So I'm gonna try and sneak over to where the sound seems to be moving.
Mm-hmm.
and
Let's
we're
see
all
what's
gonna
going
step inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
What I see.
All right, so you make your way across the courtyard. You know, it's from your Hellhound fight. You remember it is pretty big, but there is lots of cover, so you're able to capitalize on that 18, and make your way across to a spot where you can actually get a good eye on what's coming around. And as you get closer, you hear a scuttling, like a bunch of scuttlings, and
Crabs.
yeah, you see come around this corner are a bunch of giant crabs. There's like
Are,
6 of them.
do I recognize them as devilish or demonic?
Sort of. Like they look like, your pretty standard pinchy pinch crab, but large. Like the size of a large dog. Across anyway. And they otherwise look like mostly normal sea crabs, except they do have like a bunch of spines sticking off their shells, and some of those spines they don't look like normal crab spines, and they do have a brimstony smell about them.
Great. I'm gonna have
And
to kill them.
and with the large crabs, like you see that as like about the 4th one comes into view, you do see that in one of its claws it does have the rock, and when it comes around the
Dwayne Johnson's in its claws.
it comes around the wall, and boom, you can hear the
Crying.
crying rock so much clearer.
Wah, wah.
And
Okay.
behind that one steps out a bearded devil and 2 more crabs. And the bearded devil is definitely leading the crabs around. He's like poking them with its spear, like the butt of its spear to like steer them around.
He's like shepherding them.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, like shepherding,
Okay.
or it's not quite like a hunter with a pack of hounds, because he doesn't have
Okay.
them leashed or anything, but it's definitely that sort of vibe.
Sweet. All right, I'll go back and report this to the group.
Okay.
Be like, hey, there's a devilish shepherd pushing these crabs around, and one of the crabs has the crying rock.
Does it
See.
look like they're coming towards us, or are they just sort of patrolling?
Seemed like they were just kind of wandering around.
All right. Well, let's not
So
draw their
we should
attention.
go
I
inside.
don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can probably stealth past them. They are devils, though, and I kind of want to kill them.
We're
they-
already in the high hall though.
Yeah, you guys are already on the inside of their circuit from what you can see.
Well,
Did
then
they
we should
come
definitely.
into the like courtyard area, or did they just pass by?
They don't see anything. They don't see Clyde or anything like that. So they don't enter the courtyard any. But they do sort of like the crabs kind of keep on scuttling around. The bearded devil is definitely like looking around, definitely trying to see if anything's moving around. He's definitely hunting for someone or something to catch his
Go
notice.
through this.
Like,
We should
yeah,
we should
yeah.
just
He's
lock
like,
this place
this
up
was
nice and tight so that
this
they don't
ain't
find
normal.
us with his crab hounds.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, if they're not coming towards us, I'm not looking to pick a fight right now.
But we'll
Okay.
kill them later.
Yeah, we'll find them later.
Okay.
We got a lot of things on our quest list. We gotta go figure out what the meat was. We gotta find the crab patrol.
Meat crabs.
Meat crabs.
We
Crabs
could
have
eat
meat?
the meat. Yeah, eat the crabs.
All right, we got to go
Yes.
fight the crabs.
We gotta find the butter shop.
No one's
there's
gonna
no
want to eat it
dairy on the
without
way.
butter. Yeah. There's no creamery.
All right,
Shame.
so yeah, let's wheel the cart the rest of the way in towards the hand thingy, and we'll. Can we set up like a little, because it's a stairway? Can we set up like a little fireman's
Little
ladder
bucket.
type of thing where we pass it on?
Little bucket brigade. Yeah.
Yeah, bucket brigade. That's the word.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah, you get in. The place still looks quiet, looks undisturbed, because you haven't been gone that long. And you go over. One of you can pull that lever next to the hand.
I'll pull it since I'm probably in the rear.
There you go. And handle open. Stairway will reveal itself, and yeah, no problems there.
After we get everything downstairs, like maybe we go tell the people down there to come and help with this because it's a little bit of a path. But I'm gonna bring the cart and just put it along the wall, so that way it's not like obviously right next to this thing, so people don't see a cart and try and figure it out. But I want to hold on to this for potentially later for getting more stuff because I don't know how many more carts I'm gonna find.
Okay. So are you actively trying to like hide it over near one of the walls? Or are you just gonna just leave it?
I'm just gonna leave it over there. Like if someone were to walk in, they'd be like, "Huh, weird," and then probably move on. They might investigate it, but I'm not gonna be able to hide a big dumb cart. So
Okay.
I just don't want it to
Homeless
be
person.
like very obviously next to a hidden entrance.
Is the cart small enough or the opening large enough for us to fit the cart down into the crypt?
Not.
Oh, if I could carry it down, maybe.
I mean, it's if you took the wheels off, yeah.
That's too much work.
But as it is, it's just not the right not the right shape. Like you guys can squeeze down, no problem, because flesh. But the solid cart, you can't really get it at the right angle. It's like moving a couch down some like really tight stairs.
Yeah. So, can we grab the attention of some of the town folks and be like, "Hey, we're back," and have them sort of help us carry it all in?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll run up ahead, and try to find Freya or Faria.
Or Faria.
Faria.
Yeah, it is.
Faria.
Yeah, it is Faria. Yep.
And I'll bring the Duke with me too.
Yeah, he's pretty willing to head on in.
Okay.
So yeah, as you and the Duke step into the main crypt area, you do see a look of relief on a fair number of faces to see that you made it back, but that the Duke made it back. These people haven't had a lot of good news, and that's definitely one for the books today. Faria in particular looks the happiest you've seen her, incredibly relieved to see that the Duke is back and walking on his own 2 feet.
Okay, so as Feria approaches, or as we approach her, I'm just be like, as you can see, we found the Duke. Also, we need some hands. We found some supplies, which we're hoping we can maybe make some food with to help feed everyone down here.
Yeah, anyone named Ed down here?
When did you get here?
Where did you come from?
And
Yeah.
yeah, and at that, the three dwarves that you guys came in with will definitely stand up and get ready to go assist. A few of the other able-bodied people are also up and ready to help, and an older
Yes.
bald
Wait,
man
are the
stands
dwarves
up.
named Ed, and Eddie?
No, they
That's
are
what I
not.
was gonna ask.
No, they are not.
Oh, boo.
No, it's
I leave. I jump off the island.
No, they are named. They are named Bill, Larry, and Michael.
Cool.
Makes sense.
Noted.
All right. So
The girl's
so
name is Bill.
What old guy was standing up?
Yeah, the an old bald man stands up, and he's like, "Food? What sort of food did you find?" And he starts, walking with the with everybody else to go and help.
Okay. I'm not over there.
Um,
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
taking notes on
Yeah.
the names of the dwarves.
Me too.
I
And Ed
feel
the
like
baker.
we found on our way back, we passed by a bakery, and we were able to grab some I don't really know, flour and yeast, I think.
and he'll walk right. He'll like look at you like a bakery, and he'll walk right up, and he'll just like grab you, and be like, "Which bakery was it? Was it okay?"
Uh,
Yeah, we got this bread.
you wouldn't happen to be Ed, would you?
Yes, you found my bakery. It still stands.
I have some unfortunate news.
There is a god, and he'll wait. What? What
There are
news?
several.
Yeah, thank Torm.
We took all the supplies from your bakery. You have no more supplies there.
but you
Your
brought.
bakery still stands. But
Maybe he can make
you
us.
don't have any
But you
supplies.
brought you brought all the my flour, my yeast. You brought all that here.
Yes,
Yeah.
but nothing to make bread with.
And we can't pay you for it.
Worry not, young lady, young man. Like this is Ed's back in the game, and Gilda hi, and he'll just like cruise right out to go like direct. You can just tell he's like in chef mode. He's gonna like direct how this bread is gonna be made.
So I'm over on the other side, and I see this disheveled old man just come charging up to us.
Yep.
And 3 dwarves.
and three dwarves.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he walks up and he's like, yes, this is yes. He's just like clearly like this. Yep, these are my bags. These are my jars. This is yes. Oh, this is good. This is good.
So you must be Ed.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, we found this. We found your shop. It was still standing. We grabbed everything we could and loaded it up on a cart. Your cart's upstairs too. So yeah. I also am a chef of some renown. I'd be happy to help you figure out how to cook this up in whatever way we can.
I'd be happy to eat it.
Oh, it's good. Oh, this will be. Won't be the best. Won't be the best. Won't be my usual, but we'll have to spread it around. But yeah, no, this is. We can do this. This is good.
Excellent.
And so that like Ed will start directing the like the bucket brigade, and like the flour and sacks and jars and everything will just get ferried right into the main crypt where everybody's hiding. And all of that, he'll start getting that set up, and he'll be sort of pondering what to do as far as cooking it. But you can tell the gears are turning. He's got ideas. And as everything is being ferried in, and the Duke will approach you in groups and just be like, "My friends, like now that I know at least some of my people are safe and that they will be fed for at least a while, I have so much to tell you about what I saw through the helmet." And
Story time.
I will say we're going to take a quick break,
Sweet.
and we will reveal what the Duke knows in just a couple minutes. So
I also realized I probably have some explaining to do about the skeletons that are just hanging out with us.
they
Hell yeah,
are
nobody asked questions.
they
about it.
are drawing have they they just follow you at all times, right?
Yeah, they have to stay within 60 feet of me.
Okay,
If
so
it's
So I
yeah,
probably
and
would have
stuff,
had them
it's
stay
fine.
around the corner, out of the way,
mhm.
as much as possible.
The
Uh,
people that are doing the bucket brigade, they're skirting them as much as they can in the hallway. They're with the
Actually, you know
sacks. They're
what?
I don't
Are
think
there
so.
any empty, like burial
No.
shelves
I mean, there
They're just
are.
hiding
near the
there?
hall?
There
Just
are.
go
Yeah.
take a nap.
There are indeed.
I'm gonna have them lay down in those, and I'm gonna do my best to stay within 60 feet of those at all time.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Yep, they do so.
All right.
They don't have a whole lot of problem. They just this one here, all right, and then just get in, lay back, just cross, just chilling.
Exceptions.
Perfect.
And with that, yeah,
Right at home.
we're gonna take a quick break and deal with the aftermath of that and all of the other things in just a couple minutes, and we will be right back. And we're back. All right, so the bread supplies have been delivered and are being organized. The head baker is getting ready to set that deal up, and the Duke approaches you, gathers you all up. They're like, my friends, and I truly think that you are all my friends now. You're friends of the city. You're friends of House Ravengard. Like, this is, if nothing else, if massive tragedy befalls all of us tomorrow, like, you've made today a little brighter, so thank you.
Like we're already there, but
Who knows when tomorrow is down here? No one knows. We're underground. But he's like, I've now seeing that some of my people are safe, and I think, and I've having that walk back here. I think my head's cleared enough that we can talk about what I saw and how I think we can save the city.
Oh,
yes, that would be great to talk about.
How I think
that's a big jump.
you can save the city.
Oh,
You're not gonna save it?
No, not alone. Certainly
No,
not.
no.
No, I ain't about that.
Like I couldn't pull a helmet off of my head today. So yeah.
Yeah, but that was a
We all-
special helmet.
We all have those days.
Stop beating yourself up.
So
Duke needs some self-esteem.
he's a proud man who's been dealt a pretty solid blow today. Like
He's had a rough day.
Yeah, that's true.
but I think Torm has shown us a path forward through what I saw. I saw a bunch of visions mostly, and I think they might have been memories. Like I saw a bloodied woman in armor, like a soldier wearing the colors and crest of Elturel, holding a sword, a great sword, but not a great sword. I want to draw that line. That looked like it was fit for an angel. And flying next to that woman was a small golden elephant. And like he's noticed Lulu hovering around with you guys. But now he like really sees her there. It was like this golden elephant was
Wait.
there in my visions.
Oh,
So the secret to saving the town has been with us this whole time.
Maybe the real friends were the friends we made along the way. I screwed that right up.
I'm gonna look around for Rhea. Is she here with us or in the immediate vicinity?
She's with just the rest of the people. Like she's helping to move flour and stuff. She's around, but she's not
Ready to get baked?
not specifically part of this conversation.
I'll point her out and be like, "Was that the other person, the woman you saw?"
And he'll look over and see her and be like, No, it wasn't her. It was someone else, taller.
I'll point at myself. I'm tall.
No, well you
I'll
are.
point at Maleficus. Maleficus is tall.
No, neither.
I'll point at Gilda. Gilda's not tall.
This,
Wait, it was Gilda.
it was Gilda. Oh God. No, it was. All of that is true, but no, none of you were the woman that I saw, but it was definitely this little Hollyfont here, and he'll.
When he goes, none of you were the women, I'm going to be like, whew.
Damn it.
Always next time.
And I saw an enormous loping demon who was going to loping.
I
Like
heard
Eloping?
groping.
no
Getting
E.
married.
Just starts with the L, loping, like like a
Pooping.
animalistic run, like a
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
I don't like
And
it.
he threatened to devour her, but at the last moment she plunged the sword into the ground, while the winged elephant made a trumpeting sound, like a holy clarion trumpet sound from its trunk, and the demon was hurled back, and from where the sword was plunged into the ground, an alabaster palace, a great white palace, rose around the sword, and the elephant fled, and where it watched, it's hard to describe, like it was a giant scab, I suppose. It grew around the demon and the palace, and it engulfed everything in itself. And then
And this was a good thing?
I don't know if it was good, but I think it's signs of what we need to find. And then the
Okay.
elephant,
So is Lulu close enough to have heard this?
yeah, she's right here. And as the Duke is retelling these memories that he saw, she is getting more and more excited. Like she normally just kind of like hovers, but she's kind of like hummingbirding
Like
at this
zipping
point,
around.
like zipping around a lot more than she usually does. And the last thing I saw was the elephant flying and wandering and coming upon two bird-like creatures dressed in patchwork armor, standing next to some strange infernal contraption. And that was when you woke me. And that was when you removed the helm from my head. And I came back to myself.
So I'm
Well,
gonna
I'm sorry
look,
to interrupt your dream.
No, it's
I'm gonna look to
quite
Lulu and be
fine.
like, "Does this sound familiar to you? Does this happened already?"
And Lulu will swing right around to you and be like, "Yes. Yes, I remember. I remember most of that. I remember helping a Hell Rider plant the sword and raise a fortress. I sort of remember
Where?
a woman, and I remember the sword was Zariel's." And she'll kind of glass over at that, but she's just like, and I can't remember. I don't remember where, but it was a big fortress. I do remember the birds. They were in it. Yeah, yeah, the birds. They were Chukka and Clunk. I remember them. Yeah. And she'll
So
actually cruise off and fly through the crypt and out that tunnel that goes out to the cliff face. And she'll cruise out and out of sight.
I remember
She
them.
goes.
Woo!
Goodbye.
And about 45 seconds later, she'll zip back in and go right back to the same spot in front of you, Clyde. I mean, like, they live at Fort Knucklebones, and I think it's nearby.
Like in this town nearby, or like in Avernus nearby?
On the surface, I could see it.
Oh,
Oh.
so where we're headed with this town, we're gonna land next to it.
Sorta, I think. It's
Okay.
weird. It's weird here Distance is weird.
Yeah. So was this before Zariel became a devil and she was still an angel?
Is fuzzy. But I think it was the same time? I think that was it.
Oh,
think
this
that
is what caused her to fall?
I think that was maybe.
Oh.
What caused her to fall was to stick her sword in the ground?
Well, to like
Maybe?
contain the demons in whatever castle thing that they did. They probably expended too much of her energy and she was weakened by that.
And succumbed to the darkness.
Was this tall woman that plunged the sword into the demon Zariel? Or was that someone else?
Don't remember. I remember, and she's just sort of like blue screens for a minute.
Don't
And
okay.
What's
like
that connection sound from what's that app? Oh, Skype.
yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
Boop, 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 boop,
Does
boop,
anyone know how clockwork creatures work and can get her out of this?
And the Duke will be like, I don't know what she fully remembers, but I think that sword, the sword of an archangel, if that is still here in Avernus, I think that is the key to saving the city. I think if we get that, we can break these chains and break whatever curse is binding us here, and we may be able to, if not save the city, then at least return the people to the surface.
I think
Sweet.
that is an acceptable compromise.
Can someone take the Duke here to go look at our friend who's laying down in the front of the tomb?
You mean the one of your skeletons, or the or the
No.
lady?
The
one that we
unknown
passed?
warrior.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Oh, the unknown warrior? No. No, you don't need to bring me there. I'm well familiar with her legend.
Who's that?
But I'm wondering, have you taken a good look at her recently?
Yes.
I'm wondering if
Since-
she is the person that you saw.
Since the memories, I see what you're saying.
I mean, the last I gazed upon her before I left to go find the helmet, she seemed the same woman that she always has. But let's go look.
I think it's worth just checking out, just in case.
Yeah, maybe she's significant in this story.
Maleficus or Gilda, do you want to go with him? I'll stay here and help tend to the townsfolk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go help the chef. I'm gonna go help Ed.
I'll go learn about devils.
Okay. All right. So the three of you that go with the Duke, walks pretty much around the corner, goes to the area of the tomb of the unknown hero, and he looks at her, and he'll actually kneel before the altar and sort of pay obeisance to it. And but he'll be like, no, it was not her. This is still the same hero who has saved this town before. I feel like, and he'll look back and be like, the rumor is that she was actually an embodiment of Torm himself, sent for one purpose and one purpose only, to save us. That was why she died. But no one really knows.
What if we put the helm on her?
I was just about to say that, but I'm not there.
I might not be smart enough to make that connection. You can say it.
I mean,
You said it.
you just said it.
My character's too dumb.
I'm not there, so I literally can't
Oh.
say it.
I said it.
I
Yeah,
I'm
cannot
so
go that far.
smart.
You did say it.
It's my wisdom, not my intelligence, that made me say
Yeah,
it.
no, there's a difference between book smart and being wise.
Yeah, I would say that's a wisdom thing. You did it.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
I'm wisdom.
the Duke will consider that and be like, I mean, it is a relic of Torm, possibly corrupted, though it may be. I don't know what it would do. I mean, it may do nothing, but
That could be worth finding out. If it can help us get out of this situation and help lead us to victory against these devils, I'm willing to try it.
Alright. I mean,
Maleficus,
she's dead, so
you do still have the helmet.
Yes, of course I do. I have not dropped it or left it anywhere.
Your great purpose.
I didn't once almost put it down and forget it somewhere. It is safe in my arms.
So what do you do with it? The power is yours.
Captain Planet.
Put it on me. It does not fit.
Just sits on
Do-
top of your head.
Do you?
No.
Why not?
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I hear how we need to put this on somebody else, but consider if we put it on me. No. Okay. So
How about if it doesn't work on the lady, maybe we'll talk about it as a group if one of us should wear it.
I think that's a good plan. Yes. Okay. So wait, do we have a lady now in our presence? Is this?
Yeah, you're at
I mean,
her.
we're in the zone. Okay.
Yep, you're in
Sorry
the
about that.
zone.
It was, dashboard things. Good times. Okay. Cool. So I kind of look at the helmet. I look at the lady. I look at the helmet. I look at the lady. Like it's taking a moment for this to click for me, even though it's specifically what was suggested. Even though Clyde's like, we should do that. And I say, I look at her and she looks at me, yes. And there isn't much hesitation, but I take and try to put the helmet on her. She's kind of laying in state, isn't she? She's kind of.
Yeah, she's laying back.
So,
Yeah.
so I try to like get my paw up under her shoulder blades and lift her up a little bit. I imagine her neck just goes limp. So it's an awkward, like it's a very awkward maneuver because I need to have one hand to hold her up and another hand to try to put the helmet on. And I eventually realize I can't do it, but I'm too proud to ask for help.
I'm just gonna go over and pick up her head for you.
I nod and put the helmet on
Okay.
and then stand back.
And both of you, as you're maneuvering her to get the helmet on, you note that she doesn't feel cold. Like she sort of feels like a little above room temperature. Not quite, like a little warmer, but definitely not as warm as a human being should be, for sure. But definitely not like she's been lying on a stone slab for years.
This lukewarm savior here. Got it.
And you slide the helmet on her head, and you set her back down. And there seems to be no change.
Great. How long do
Gotta
we?
be alive.
Let's just wait. Maybe we need to say some words. I'll turn to the Duke and be like, do you know any like prayers or special words associated with praising this particular lady?
Raising her, no. Um, Many tried immediately after her death before she was laid here, but none could raise her from her death-like slumber. Um, I don't know of any words or prayers that might do the trick.
I'm gonna stand over her and grab her shoulders and be like, "Hey, lady, if we are falling into hell, if we
Oh,
were ever
no.
gonna help out this town, now would be the time. We got you this cool helmet." And I won't like slap her, but I'm just gonna like kind of shake her a little bit, trying to
I
wake
feel
her
like
up.
they might have tried that already.
Yeah, but they might not have been falling into hell at that time.
And also not with the helmet.
Yeah, see, hear that? We're going into Avernus. We could really use your help. We might have to fight like an arc demon, devil.
And after a little bit of this, the Duke will like reach out and touch your shoulder and be like, "Please stop. This woman is a hero."
No, I'm just
And she
I
is
want to
dead.
meet her.
She sounds great. I'm gonna come around the corner at this point and be like, "Hey, so we're settled with. They're making food now, and I'll notice that you guys put the helmet on her. I'll be like, what? What have you done?"
She needed an artifact of Torm, and that's what this is. So we thought that maybe we would put the helmet on her, and nothing happened.
And now Clyde is shaking her.
Trying to wake her up.
All right. So, what? So we think the helmet's gonna wake her?
Well,
I mean,
also my words would wake her.
It's done weirder things.
Okay. I'm gonna pull my shield off my back, hold it in front of me, and I'm gonna say out loud, "Do you have any ideas here?"
Are you referring to the lady or the helmet or?
To the lady in the helmet, yeah. Like, do you have any ideas? Do you know of this person? Can you help us wake her up?
And I answer and I say, I already tried what I know. I don't. What do you want?
Or are you thinking it at the shield?
Nope, I'm saying it out loud.
Okay. As long as we're leaving an impression that we're all crazy.
And yeah, the shield will speak back to you, threaten, and just be like, "No, I don't know anything about none of."
All right, shield
About
don't know
that.
nothing. Put it back on my back.
Why are you talking to the shield?
All right, I'm going back to the other people, and I just walk off.
Bye.
Something's wrong with that guy.
Yeah, so the helmet has had no effect, and the woman has not woken.
This is lame.
Well, I'm gonna go help make bread. Think away.
And yeah, and the Duke will sort of he'll stand there and he'll keep he won't move until Clyde lets go of the woman.
Oh, I guess I'm still standing there. Yeah, I'll let her go and I'll back up and be like, okay, well, if you want to wake up, we got some bread. We can give you some bread.
Bread and honey.
Kill 40 devils. We could use your help. But all we can do is offer you bread.
Get a sweet hat.
And this helmet that you're wearing. Goodbye. And then I'll walk away.
Can I investigate the situation and try to see if maybe the helmet is like, she's already armored and has a sword, isn't she?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, she's wearing simple, like, leather and chainmail. She does have a gleaming greatsword lying next to her on that altar.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't
Still
have a
the great
helmet
sword.
before, but
Swap
she
it
has
out with
now.
your own.
But it's a greater sword than my own. I look at so she's not holding the sword though. It's just next to her.
Yeah, it's just laying next to her.
I go to pick the sword up. I kind of rest it on her torso and put her hands around it so that they're clasping it,
Okay.
the hilt,
Doing
the
that
part they're supposed to hold.
that classic knight
That classic
pose.
knight thing.
Okay. It certainly looks dignified. Um, and it looks right.
My job here is done.
But yeah, that makes no other effect.
Okay. Does the helmet does it seem to be like a match for the current armor she has, or is it kind of different?
The helmet is definitely more ornamented.
Yeah.
It's definitely nicer. But it doesn't look. I mean, it still looks like it doesn't like clash. You know, it's not like you're wearing that epic level item and the common armor. You know, the purple item and the white item. It's not quite that. but
How
but yeah.
embarrassing.
You found one good loot drop, and that's it. Um, you cheaped out on everything else. But no, it doesn't look like it's an exact match for what she's wearing, but it does look to be in a similar style.
Okay.
It's Tormy.
Yeah,
Tormish.
Tormish.
Torm inspired. Okay.
Sweet.
I kind of linger a little while longer. And puzzle over this a bit, but yeah, ultimately can't really figure out the answer to this one.
Do you leave the helmet on her or with her, or do you take it with?
Hmm. I think I would leave the helmet there.
Okay.
The responsible thing to do. Yeah, no, I feel like it feels like the helmet's in the right place. So I kind of like I go to take it off, like, but I stop before my hands touch it and go, ah,
Nah.
Yeah, no. Okay.
No, it looks good on her.
it's a good look.
Okay. And so before we wrap for the evening, this bread making situation. As you guys file back in, and Gilda and Threaten, you both expressed interest in going to make some bread. He'll walk up to you two, and he'll specifically be like, "All right, my friends, my heroes,
Us.
you've gotten everything we need to make a fine batch of bread that will be able to feed these people for at least a few days, which is amazing. But I do need some assistance in figuring out how to cook it. I do have some ideas, but I'd like to hear any suggestions you have
I'm
so
gonna
we can
give
get something
my
fired up here."
suggestion of turning one of the archways into like a brick oven.
And at first he'll be like, no, that. And as he's like dismissing it, he looks at one of the empty like crypt archways, and he's like,
I mean, it's empty.
and it's like,
I mean,
the
you're gonna want to
the
clean it.
yeah, the airflow's not great. Probably won't get crazy hot, but we could. And he's like, if we could brick it up. He's like framing it with his hands. And he's like, yeah,
plenty of stray bricks outside from
Yeah.
the rubble.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something, son.
Uh,
I have a thing that might
Welcome.
help.
What's that?
It'll take an hour, but if you need like stonemason tools or something similar, I can do that.
That would certainly help speed this up. Yeah.
Okay. I will use my right tool for the job and take an hour and just magically create a set of stonemason tools.
Is this a situation where we're going to be able to get a long rest involved here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a pretty secure location. There's now an additional armed person here. So this is a good spot to take a rest.
Okay. So while that's happening, so Gilda's gonna make some stonemason tools, and I'm gonna use my smith tools to sort of help facilitate making, like grabbing some scrap off the walls, grab some iron torch brackets, and reforming them into like a door type of hinge thing. And I'll spend the time doing that.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Okay, and yeah, after a couple hours work, all told, you actually have for the purpose, a very decent brick oven with, functioning doors, and it's all fireproof and everything, and like they found a set of bellows from somewhere, um, and they could actually make this a half decent oven. Um, And I will go ahead and say that everybody can get a point of inspiration for
yeah.
feeding these friggin' people.
Feel very inspired.
That
All right.
bread inspiration. It's that inspiration's bread. Taste of inspirations.
It's
That's
hamburger
that's
brand.
our brand name. Yes, is inspiration. Canadian white.
Mhm.
Ed's Bakery. What was it? Ed's Breads.
Ed's Breads.
Ed's breads.
Ed's
Undead
Breads.
Ed's breads.
Canadian white inspiration.
Canadian.
Canadian. Sorry.
Canadian bread. Canadian.
Yeah, and Ed.
So are we at the point where we're long resting?
Yeah, I would say at this point, everybody can go ahead and make their preparations for a long rest. And yeah, if anybody has anything in particular that they like to do or would like to do today, lay it on me.
Yeah, so part of my long rest is going to be making some treats to hand out to a few people.
Mhm.
They can be used as a bonus action to gain 3 temporary hit points. And I'm going to give those. I'm going to keep one myself. No, I'm going to give them all away. I'm going to give one to. I'm going to keep one myself. Give one to Clyde, and give one to Maleficus, because they're the ones that are most likely to get hit. And then I'll have one myself. So it's just 3 temporary hit points, but it might matter.
Mm-hmm. Free HP is never bad.
Right?
Oh, where do I put that?
Wherever
I would just
you
put it
want.
in your inventory as a treat, plus 3 temp hit points.
Yeah, if you go to your equipment and then manage inventory or manage equipment, you can create custom items.
I have so many.
Yeah, because you just make stuff all the time.
Also, I just pick stuff up all the time.
What's this? Demon butt? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find a use for that later.
Yeah, I can use that.
Demon butts are useless. Demon thorax, however.
Dragon Prince season 4 when? Anybody else got anything that they want to do?
I'm just gonna try to console the townsfolk and try to make it a little more cheerful and, make them feel not as awful, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's terrible.
And to do that, do you do anything in particular? You just going around talking to people?
Yeah, mostly going around talking to people. I'd probably maybe like play a song or two.
Okay. Go ahead and just to judge the success of that, go ahead and give me either a perform or a persuasion. Your choice.
All right, I'll give you a performance. That's a 24.
Nice. Only 2 people hate it.
That's less than usual, so that's pretty good.
No, it's actually your words and the tune that you play, like you actually play something that's like calming, good for the nerves in such a time. You avoid playing like some of the darker tunes. You avoid playing some of your standards revolving around death.
Which is like 90% of my repertoire, so it's a little tough.
Yeah.
I played 2 songs.
You play the same songs, but you just replace all the words with like the death with happy.
There's
You
some
do a reggae version of the same song, and then you do a folky version of it.
Yeah.
In a different language.
One song's only 10 seconds long, but it's a hit. People like it.
It's really just because I forgot the rest of it.
Awesome. But yeah, no, you are a comfort to the soul, for a pretty broad swath of these people. The folks who don't have anything in particular to do at the time, we'll go ahead and pay attention and listen and just relax for a minute.
All right.
Somebody from the rafters, play Freebird.
Every damn show.
Every damn show.
Time.
But you pull out your slide and you just start going in on those first few lines, just because you know it's going to be a crowd pleaser if you pull it off.
You start weeping immediately.
Anybody got anything else that they would like to do before you take a good old nappy nap?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll just like try and learn a little bit more of the lore of this lady, and see if I can get any clues about I don't know, like what this town's connection to Zariel is and what we can do.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation or a religion as you just talk with folks.
He's a 20 mod.
Oh. So as you talk with folks, the story about the woman, the unknown hero, you get generally the same story pretty much across the board. There was the dragon that was attacking the town. She appeared out of nowhere, killed it, and then just dropped dead. No one knows who she was or is. And there is the pretty solid rumor that she was just an embodiment of Torm, made for one purpose. But she has just laid in state ever since. And you do actually, talking with Faria, you actually find out that she is not under any sort of suspension or spell, like she's not under the effects of gentle repose or anything like that. Something that normally keeps a corpse fresh. She is unaltered from the moment she died.
Okay.
And as far as the connection to Zariel, you actually talk with Rhea for a little bit, and you do learn that the last ride of the Hell Riders, her big invasion of Avernus, did start. She kicked it off from Elturel. That was where she made her descent down into Avernus, with her Hell Rider army. So that's her primary connection to the town. And sort of because of that heroic sacrifice, that was when people started putting her on stained glass windows and sculpture and things like that.
Actually, one last thing I did want to check. Previously, none of the architecture or artwork in here had started to change. Has any of it started to change yet, or is it still the same as it was?
Down here, everything is still the same.
Okay.
And do I get a sense that do these people all kind of worship Zariel? Or
Yes and
just
no.
like when she was an angel, they liked her?
Yeah, more the second bit. They respect what she did, like an angel with a holy army crusading down into hell seems pretty alright to these people. But yeah, the fact that she never came back, most people would rather just sort of pretend that she died or was destroyed.
Instead of became a archdevil.
Yeah. So like the veneration isn't real heavy. Like she's on a few statues and things, but that's really about it.
So what how do they respond if I try and correct them and be like, well, she's like an archdevil.
They'll be like, yeah, we know. They'll sort of treat it like it's an open secret. Like they'll just be like, yeah, we know, but we'd rather not talk about it. Like we'd rather remember her not as a devil.
So no one's like offended by that information.
No, not really.
Okay. That's me, Gilda.
What?
What are you gonna do?
Well, I can do this after my long rest. I'm gonna do an experimental elixir.
What do we get? What weird goo this time? Or juice?
Weird goo.
What juice?
It
What
is.
juices we may make.
It is an elixir of boldness.
Don't know if
Drink
that's
it,
really gonna
roll
be
a d4 and add the number rolled to every attack roll and saving throw they make for the next minute.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. I thought it was going to be something like it's an elixir that makes you bold and impulsive, which seems great for this party.
Seems like
What about
alcohol.
that?
I can make that too.
Take away your inhibitions potion.
Liquid courage.
and yeah, like things like your alchemy jug and all that, those reset. So what would you have that make for the next day?
Sorry. Mayonnaise is on this list.
Yeah, it
Wait,
could be.
what?
Yes.
Alchemy jug
We can make
2
sandwiches.
gallons of it.
Yeah, you could.
You've got bread in the oven. Why not have mayonnaise?
Oh man,
It's true.
that's
Gotta
funny.
prioritize.
I agree with that sentiment.
Bread and mayonnaise.
Yeah, 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
Toast and
Oh my
mayonnaise.
god.
Well,
I was thinking that is so much mayonnaise, but there's 100 people here.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
like there's
well,
just like a
people.
little scrape on each piece of bread, but it's something.
They won't starve to
That's
death.
amazing.
Isn't it?
We're
Like
starting
of
a
all
deli
things,
down here.
mayonnaise.
Hey DM, can I give my inspiration back to just cancel this entire past 5 minutes?
But people get mayonnaise on their bread. What's wrong with that?
A lot.
It's egg
Eating
adjacent.
them more.
I personally, I mean, I'm French as hell, but I am not that French. Like,
Yeah.
like
I'm not crazy about mayonnaise.
there's lines.
But I guess if you've got nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else.
And
It's
to
that
make
or
honey
plain
mustard.
bread.
Yeah, make honey mustard.
I can make honey.
Make some barbecue sauce.
Oh, honey
Can
and
you
bread's
make
tasty.
mustard? We can
You
mix
want
our
honey
honey that
instead?
we stole.
I'm gonna house rule that if the alchemy jug can make mayo, it can make any basic condiment.
Anything that's like
Busted.
a spread.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
2 gallons
Yeah.
of jelly.
Oh yeah, that'll go on the bread much better. Just have toast and jelly.
This is a dangerous house rule.
It
No,
is.
like any basic condiment,
Very
like
dangerous.
anything with that consistency between ketchup and mayo, I would accept soy sauce always.
It's a liquid.
It's a liquid.
Soy sauce and bread though.
Well, if you think
Soy
about it,
sauce and
steak
bread
is a
on its own.
condiment.
Steak is
No.
not a condiment.
It can stay a liquid.
Like steak can be an ingredient in a condiment.
No. It's the condiment itself.
Like
You blend
steaks.
it enough, it'll be a condiment.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean that's how you make steak sauce, right?
It also makes steak soup.
Yeah.
Is
so,
how you make
so
steak
with
soup.
that rule, I'm gonna make jelly.
Jelly. Okay.
What
The
kind of
flavor.
Yeah,
the
flavor.
is important.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
jelly?
Okay.
Yes.
Strawberry's pretty good.
Okay.
It's safe.
It's
It's
better
a
than
safe call.
Safe.
better than
Everyone likes
grape,
strawberry.
Yeah,
but I
Grape is
would have gone
divisive.
for like raspberry.
I'm
that'd have been good.
an apricot man myself.
I've never had it. Is it any
Oh,
good?
it's good. It's good.
This has just been like alchemy jug by committee.
Yeah, if we ever have a
We're a team.
IHOP again, they have apricot jellies.
This is a team building activity.
There is a customized tab.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
make
yeah.
use of that. Oh yeah.
We got fucking jelly.
and and Maleficus, anything you do before you settle down for the evening, morning, whatever it is down here.
I would. I probably kind of get ready to go to bed. I'm thinking I'm a go to bed early kind of guy. So I will get ready to do that. Go find a corner where I can put my bedroll down. I will summon my echo and get him settled, kind of tuck him in for the night, and then go down to sleep myself next to
That's so
him.
wholesome.
So wholesome.
Give him a little kiss,
Oh.
a little smooch. Good night.
The whole town is just watching from a distance.
Hmm.
It's very fatherly, like a parent with a toddler. Except it's like a ghost that's every bit the same size as I am.
We're their heroes though, so they probably think we're super cool, right?
I am so
Like,
cool.
there's people are definitely like confused, but yeah, they are at that line of like, well, this must be why they're able to help us out so much. They're like,
This is
what-
exactly why my precious son. He's so
like
talented.
every weird thing you guys do, they're actually taking as like, no, this is how you become a hero. Like they like
With
they
This is the-
strawberry
this is the
jam
way.
in a jug.
I should have just
Yeah,
I should have
yeah.
just wheeled the skeletons in here.
like pretty much
Sure.
every one of those things because you're all basically in the same room. There isn't a ton of privacy, so like unless you're specifically trying to hide an action, like at least 6 people can see it.
Yeah, Tom, you just went rockstar on them. You don't need the skeletons for that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can have your own
But think of
band
the,
eventually.
think of the stage show.
Oh!
I think Brian said it last week. It was like I don't remember Naoma and the I don't remember what it was.
The Bone Kids?
Yeah, Naoma and the Bone Kids.
Yeah, that's the band.
Very good.
This is very good.
I like to think that some of the kids have witnessed my shenanigans, and they like overhearing people just kind of saying, "Yeah, all right, that's fine. That's what heroes do, I guess." They probably like they're doing their own like playing house, making pretend like, "Okay, I am the ghost, and you are my parent, and good night. It's time to go to bed."
That's what heroes do.
Yeah, you've started like a new like childhood game here in Fallen El Terrell. And they're
Yeah, it's a house, but one of them is a ghost.
because there are a fair number of
haunted
kids
house.
down here. Yeah, so
Perfect.
These people don't want to see what makes me a hero. Can't reenact that.
Someone just
You don't have
asked.
any trophies with you? There's no severed heads or anything?
I don't.
to-
Yeah, I don't carry them around with me.
Yeah.
Not like the predator.
You ain't got a
Of
bucket.
them.
Well, no pot.
Yeah, I have to
That's
hide
right, there
it
was
in
no pot.
some kind of pottery.
You're the
Oh,
option.
boy.
Look for a pot in the bakery. You must have had a pot in there somewhere.
Next time.
Next time. But yeah, you're like the opposite of Link. You're the guy who puts the weird stuff in the pots.
Yeah, I'm always like 2 steps ahead of Link, putting weird stuff in pots.
And then
Like,
he
It
breaks
started
them.
out as rupees, but now
and
it's
heads
I
fall
cut-
out.
I cut out this human heart and I stuck it in this pot.
Why is
And
there
then
just
Link
meat
gets
in
it.
here?
And eats it for his health.
Put some salt in it, throw it in a pot outside somewhere, cook it for uh,
And if I kill someone with arrows, I just put the arrows in the pot.
Both of you? Oh my god.
Tiny hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Mhm.
And yeah, with that, you guys are fully rested. You'll be able to take a
Yay.
full long rest this evening, and you will wake up level 6.
Oh, no, I have to do that.
Whoa. This is
I
the
love
best
it.
session ever. We got jelly and bread, and we leveled up.
And we built an oven in a crypt.
Sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes you gotta.
Oh, crypt oven. A
Life
little
Yeah.
more homey.
life gives you a crypt, flour, yeast, and milk. You got to build an oven and make some bread. No lemons. Again, scurvy's a concern.
we'll get
Amazing.
there.
Yeah,
we'll get
get
the
there.
lemons eventually.
It's bad. Like, watch. It's the only fruit down here. Just lemons. Sour, horrid-looking lemons.
Horrible one.
They're not even shaped nicely. They're like weirdly formed and
Yeah, weirdly formed, kind of obscene. Like, I mean, it's
That'll-
either that or it's like durian, some fruit that is actually okay, but is kind of gross at the same time.
probably durian. It's durian or lemons. So when you get
Can't
tired of the
help.
lemons, you can have durian.
Do we get hit points every level or every other level?
Every level. So yeah, make sure when you level up, you do actually get hit points.
Right.
If you have them set to auto or just like the default amount, it will do it for you. Otherwise, you have to do it yourself.
But,
Ooh.
but that'll be it for this evening. That was hilarious.
D&D.
Yeah, you guys do an amazing job of going from point A to point B across the city.
True.
Hey, we dodged a bunch of crabs.
You did. You dodged a bunch
Yeah.
of crabs. You dodged a situation in the fishmonger shop that you may or may not revisit. Don't know. Not going to tell you what it is.
Great.
Don't tempt us with a good time.
I already have.
Well, don't tempt us again.
Yeah, how
Don't
dare
double.
you?
Look, tempt me once. Shame on me. Tempt me twice. Shame on you. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong way.
No, tempt me.
Tempt me 3 times. Shame on me again.
Shame on everyone.
Tempt me 3 times. Won't get tempted again. Every bad version, every incorrect version of that is the correct version for me. But yeah, so thank you to my players. You guys are entertaining as always.
Ridiculous.
Thank you to everyone who watched. Thanks for sticking with us, and thanks for enjoying
Yay.
the show. We will be back next week. May probably stream something Thursday. I don't know what. There's never a plan, so that's all fine. But Monday, 7:30, we should be back with more D&D, and these fine people will figure out, and this isn't a huge spoiler, how to get out of the city.
By
So-
going to Avernus.
So
Jump off the edge.
It's an option.
I already tried that.
Gilda, make us parachutes.
Just walk out with confidence.
Yep.
Yeah, just walk out with confidence down the chains.
It's all a mind game, man. It's all up here. But yeah, so come and watch that. That is guaranteed to be a wacky ass time with this group of people. So
We always play it straight.
always 100% straight. And but with that, hope everybody has a good night and have a good time.
Yay! Good night,
I
everyone.
was expecting so much more.
Bye.
I'm glad to see that there were not as many tiny hands as I expected.
Oh, there's still time. There's no more time.